I'm doing great, even though every day's not fine. But still I woke up today, another day to get on my grind. Got me singing, whoa, whoa, effort and bills for panel. Whoa, whoa, effort and bills for panel. I'm doing great, even though every day's not fine. But still I woke up today, another day to get on my grind. Got me singing, whoa, whoa, effort and bills for panel. Whoa, whoa, effort and bills for panel.
Good evening and welcome to a very special episode of Between the Lines, the Pro Edition, presented to you by Live Wire Sports. Tonight on our show, we have a Crucian Confusion. We have two guests, both from the island of St. Croix. Our first guest, Miss Anisha George. How are you doing today, Anisha?
Good. How you doing?
You excited to be on the show?
Yeah.
All right, we'll get into it. And our second guest will be Romani Hansen, all the way from St. Croix as well. Romani, how are you doing tonight?
Hey, good, man. Can't complain.
All right, I hope I'm ready for this. I hope I've been studying. This is like game film in college basketball, so this should be light work for you guys. All right.
Good.
So, Anisha, starting with you, because ladies first, as usual. When did you begin playing basketball?
I would say I was in like 4th grade in Juanita. That's when I first started.
And how was that experience? What was that experience playing at elementary?
I mean, I was trash, but it was fun. It was our fun on games. So.
What about you, Romani? When was your first time playing basketball?
I said like age 7, playing at Ronald Charles. It's the first time I really started playing basketball. This was before school league and stuff like that.
Now, with you both being from St. Croix, are you familiar with each other on and off the basketball court?
Yeah. I know Anisha, man, and Anisha know me. So she showing me I can Hollywood or nothing on this live or nothing like that. Not at all.
Now, what schools did you guys play for from elementary all the way up to high school? Starting with you, Romani.
Elementary, I went to St. Mary's Catholic School in town in Christiansted. And then when I graduated from there in 8th grade, I went to Central for 3 years before I moved to New York my senior year to play my last year of basketball in the States.
How about you, Anisha?
I played for Juanita. Then I went to Alfredo Andrews, and then Woodson, then Central, then Moberly, Missouri, and then North Texas.
All right, so both of you guys actually played on the mainland in high school, correct?
Yeah.
Now, what was the experience like for you, Anisha, going from playing high school basketball in the Virgin Islands to moving up to playing in Missouri?
It was a big change for me because being here, like, we don't really do conditioning and stuff. So, like, we play maybe like 2 games a month, if that much. We barely played, barely did anything serious. And then when I went to Missouri, like, the first thing my coach said was like, "Y'all have to make a mile, and your time is 7:30." And I was like, "What do you mean?" I almost dead. And that was the first time I ever ran a mile in my life. So, yeah, it was pretty hard. I just had to get a conditioning out the way, and then everything else was like, it just come easy.
So what, that mile time come down now? Or you still at 7:30?
Of course. I mean, I could beat it before 7:30, but 7:30 is still my time.
Romani, how about you transferring from Central to going to New York to play?
It was way different in the fact that I was moved to like a smaller position because, like one of the tallest down here, I was playing center. So when I moved to New York, they had me to like a smaller position, more like power forward or the 3. And then on top of that, it was way more X's and O's. So I had to learn like more about the game itself rather than just when we down here, we just to play ball. Like we good down here, we just run ball, but we don't really do much X's and O's. So that was really like the most challenging part for me when I moved.
I know. Would you go from high school? Both of you guys went from high school and playing at the collegiate level. You kind of had two different paths going up there. Anisha, what was it like for you translating from high school to playing collegiate basketball?
Repeat the question. Sorry.
What was the journey like for you transitioning from high school to playing collegiate basketball?
The transition, it was hard for me with the fact that this was my first time away from home. I didn't have no family in the state. I didn't even have no family close by. Like, I had no Clint in Missouri. Like, he was the only Virgin Islander there. So, like, he helped me ease my way into it, you know? Like, it had points in time I was like, I ready to go home. And he was like, nah, you hit the freshman wall. Nah, you this, you that. Like, he had all the excuses for me as to why I need to stay. And it's just a phase. But the transition for me was hard. Like, I was ready to go.
I could imagine. I don't know anybody that just moves to Missouri, so I could imagine how.
Right.
What about you, Romani? What was the journey like for you?
At first, I would say it was kind of smooth because I was in New York, so I still with my aunt. So, I was with people that I know. It was a little different from Anisha. She moved into like the middle of nowhere. I don't, like you said, I know nobody that moved to Missouri. But I mean, so I've been in New York. So I mean, it was different, but it wasn't as much of a culture shock as you would think. And then yeah, I just feel like the more time I spent there, I just got adjusted more, and then it just became easier for me.
Now, Romani, were you prepared both mentally and physically for collegiate basketball or collegiate athletics altogether?
No, that was a whole different animal. Like, like I was saying in high school, man, we just used to really like play ball and stuff, the X's and O's. But like what Anisha touched on with that conditioning part, man, that part ain't no joke too. And that was the first time when I went to the States and I played collegiate ball. That was the first time I ever really lift weights too. Because anybody that know me, I was I still a twig, but I put I put on a little bit more weight since I've been to the States. But before that, man, if the breeze I blow, I probably not blow away with it.
Probably.
What about you, Anisha? Were you mentally and physically ready to play collegiate basketball as well?
Not at all. I had weighed a lot when I when I left high school compared to now, I was like a lot bigger. And mentally, like I said, I was ready to go. So after like a few months there, I shed a lot of pounds. Like even when I went to North Texas, I lose way more than I lost in JUCO too. And like I just had to keep calling my father, and he had to keep talking to me and telling me like, if this is what you want to do, stick through it. And yeah, that's what helped me stay, really.
Now, with you playing JUCO and playing at an upper level, what was the biggest adjustment you had to make in the change of levels of basketball for you, Anisha?
Pace, because JUCO is like high school with a little conditioning and a little weights. Are you playing? And then when you get to Division 1, it's like, pick it up. We don't have time yet. You could like high five and so, but run up the court because we have different things to do. Like, you don't have time to play. Like, even in the practices, like we didn't have time for nothing besides practice. Not even water.
Romani, you played at the D1 level as well. Did you start at the D1 level or did you work your way up there?
I worked my way up there too. So actually, before I went to JUCO, I actually went to prep school in Memphis. So, that's where I first started getting my looks and stuff. And then the next year I went to JUCO, worked my way through JUCO, and then I ended up playing D1. I actually went to 2 different D1 schools. I went to Savannah State in Georgia. It's in the MEAC. And then my senior year just now, I just finished in Albany, New York. So, I really had to grind and claw to get to where I was. And it was worth it once I get there. So, yeah.
No, I just want to let you know, Romani, that you going to Savannah State was not a plus for you right now. I went to North Carolina A&T. That is the best HBCU in the MEAC. So, you just need to point just now, man.
I mean, there was our rivals. I mean, I guess you could say there was but I mean, SSU. Unless you've been on that, I can't tell you. You gotta experience it for yourself, man.
I see you. Now, at what point did you realize that you were actually good at basketball, Anisha, and that you could actually make it far?
Honestly, I would say in I don't really know because I always thought like my dream was always to play professional ball, but then it was like I from the Virgin Islands, like I ain't going to no top colleges that getting recruited. Like ain't nobody like that looking for me. Like I good, but I ain't that good. Like I always had that in my head. Like I good, but I ain't that good. So I would say my sophomore year, I really realized like I could be something. Like I could do something. Like when we break records and stuff, I was like, yeah, that's not me.
What about you, Romani? At what point did you realize that you should take basketball serious and that you can make a further push than where you currently were?
Well, the way I would look at it is I look at it like two different ways. So at first, like she said, Virgin Islands, you know what I'm saying? I don't mean really probably ain't going to the top schools, stuff like that. But when I went to my prep school in Memphis, that's when I first started getting like my real like D1 looks and stuff like that there. So that's when I thought maybe, okay, maybe I could play a little D1 basketball. You know what I'm saying? But then after that, I went to JUCO. I would say I really thought I could have like probably played pro, like professional balls when I went to Savannah State. That was like my best year of basketball. I really blossomed my year there. So definitely my junior year.
All right. Now, what position did you guys play in college? Starting with you, Romani.
In college, I played a four, stretch four. Sometimes I play a try a little bit, but mostly just a stretch four.
Now, which one is your favorite? Which one do you prefer, I should say?
I probably the tree. Because my favorite player is Paul George, you know what I'm saying? He don't play that position, so I try to model my game after he.
That's a valid reason right there. What about you?
You already know. I played center. Like I had a few games I played the four, but it wasn't nothing major.
Now, what was your reason for liking to play the five better than the four?
Honestly, less work. Because no, I can't say that because different schools have their forward, like their centers and stuff do different things. And for my JUCO, it was like the four like take out the ball or the four did like certain stuff in certain plays, and I was like, yeah, glad I ain't doing all of that. And then when I reached to North Texas, it was like you interchangeable, sweetheart. You're not just doing one job. So if you down here and the other person down here, you taking the ball out anyway. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah, you try to escape that situation, but they find a way right around it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why she really like playing the center because she's a bully. Anybody that know Anisha knows she's a bully. Anybody
that know me knows a sweetheart.
All right. So now COVID is something that we hate to talk about. It's depressing, really and truly, in this day and age, especially for sports. How did COVID affect your season, Anisha?
Well, it didn't really affect our season because we had done lose. Like we was already headed home. But it kind of affected me because I had like some training camps to go to, and it kind of like canceled everything. But our season, nah, it didn't. We were done. We were done going home when it was like tournament over. Everybody go home. We was already on the road.
What about you, Romani? How were you affected by COVID?
Same thing as Anisha, man. We lose our game then overtime against the second team in the league. The same thing with she kind of affect like me trying to, I planned on trying to go to like the NBA combine and stuff like that, but once that happened, I didn't really get a chance to. They still didn't have it yet as yet. So that's how it affected me. Yeah.
All right. So did any of you by chance while playing D1 get to make it to the NCAA tournament, or how close were you? Starting with you, Anisha.
If we ever make it to the NCAA tournament,
were we close at least?
Nah, I wasn't close. The farthest I get was Savannah. We make it to the second round of the MEAC tournament, but we lose to. Who we lose to? We actually lose to Delaware State. Dog. I don't even want to talk about that. That was just, oh man.
No, the NCAA tournament is one of the most popular sporting events in the world. It might be one of the most exciting, to be honest, because at that point, the little fish can beat the big fish. What would it have been like for you to experience that, Anisha?
Well, I feel like, that would have like boost my confidence even more. I would have feel less like like we can't do it. I'm more like, yeah, we here. You know, like we didn't expect to be here, but we here now, and we're gonna show you what we could do, regardless of if we win or lose. Like now, I gonna see like people from our school could play. So like it gonna put more scouts and stuff on North Texas radar, or you know. So that's what I would have done for me.
Definitely bring a lot of attention to your school.
Yeah.
And that's the way that brings money into the schools as well too. So you being a part of that would have been a great situation. Unfortunately, you didn't make it, but we wish you did. Romani, how about you?
Pretty much the same. You know what I'm saying? Just getting that exposure, that NCAA tournament right there. That's where like a bunch of these dudes are playing in the NBA and stuff, make their name. Even though they went to like small schools and stuff, the one thing they did do was make the NCAA tournament. So that was the main thing for me, you know what I'm saying? Just getting exposure out there.
All right, let's get into some of the real good stuff now. Let's talk about some stats. What was your best statistical game, Romani?
In college or high school, or what do you mean?
Whichever one is the best one to you.
So I don't act like you had that much in high school. Come on.
Listen, you're gonna calm down, okay? Hey, my best game was I had a 2020 game in prep school. It's still a record for like the only 2020 game like ever in the prep school history. So I had 22 points, 20 rebounds. I think I had like 5 blocks that game.
Right,
I also have the only triple double in my high school history when I was in New York. I had like 11 points, 10 rebounds, 11 blocks. So yeah, those are probably my 2 best games.
all right, that's not no light work day, so don't be all mad about it. That's actually good stats right there. Let me hear you. I knew you get something good for me. What was the best stats in the game?
Honestly, I don't even remember because you know I don't have a lot of good games.
Oh man!
So personally, I can't tell you, but I know who could tell you though. Reina, that's my number one fan. She could tell you what was my best game. Everything. I think it was like 26 points and 14 rebounds or something like that.
That's a big game.
Yeah, and then I had one game I had like 12 points and 24 rebounds. I might something like that.
All right, so we actually heard that your best game was 32 points and 14 rebounds. So that's
Go off.
something amazing
crazy.
right there. And that was an international competition, so that's even bigger.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's a great game there. Never forget that one, all right?
For sure.
All right. Weren't you able to play? Well, we spoke about Anisha playing for the national team just now. Were you able to play for the national team, Romani?
Nah, I never got a chance to play the national team.
All right, we don't worry. Like, I can get you there right now. All right. How was it playing for you, Anisha, on the national team?
I was a baby when I first started. Like I was the youngest on the team. I was kind of nervous. Like I was like, I ain't even gonna play. Like I ain't even gonna touch a court. But just being here, you know, I got a little trip. I got to see this. You know, I was happy. And then like the girls make me comfortable, and they, you know, that they have felt like sisters. They're like sisters to me. And I get to play. Your girl touch the court, and then I score, and you know that make me just. That kind of built my confidence going into North Texas, because it was like, if I could play against these old women, no offense, if I could play against these women and score, like, I ain't afraid none of you in Conference USA. Like, I was ready. But it was a good experience. Like, if every year I could go and play, or whenever we have games, I will.
Now, how many times were you able to play for the national team or any of the national teams? I
played for the volleyball team twice.
The volleyball national team?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And the basketball team about 3 times.
Now, what made you decide to choose basketball over volleyball if you play for the national team for both?
Because basketball was my first love, you know?
Yeah.
So it was like, you got to stick with the main one. You can't go to the side piece, because that's when everything.
All right, heading back into college basketball, what was your biggest accomplishment in college basketball, Romani? Accomplishment award, whichever you choose.
Definitely this year here when I break the single game record for most rebounds at 18 against Hartford. I know it ain't nothing on Anisha level, you know what I'm saying, but I mean it's something. So.
Sounds like it's okay.
Well, Anisha, how did you do? What was your biggest accomplishment or award?
I kind of have 2. My first one would be when I tied the school record for rebounds. I kind of wanted to beat it, but I think the scoreman missed like two of them. But I don't let it go. My other one was MVP for the team. Yeah, that's it.
That's a big one. Actually, Anisha, you started out the year leading the nation in rebounds. Is that correct?
That too, yeah.
What was that? What did you feel at that moment? Because you have 2,000 plus teams playing collegiate women's basketball. That's amazing.
When they first tell me, like, it didn't register. Like, I was just like, okay. And then, like, when I actually see it, I was like, wow. Like, the nation, okay. Like, it kind of like, that just boosts my confidence. I wouldn't say cocky, but it just make me feel better about, like, my game.
All right, so both of you used up your full years of eligibility, correct?
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Now, what was that feeling like playing your last game, Anisha? Like, you know that this was the end.
At the tournament or like regular season, because I was two different moods.
Just realizing that you won't be able to play college basketball ever again.
It was a bittersweet feeling because it was like I gonna miss Ayo. Like I can't believe it's over. But then it was like no more homework. I gonna make money. I done with it. Yeah.
What was it like for you, Romani? What were the feelings going through your head at that moment?
Yeah, I would say I was happy to be done with school for sure. Like that was the main thing. But I mean, like I enjoy playing ball, like the bonds you make with your teammates and stuff. Just the new people, traveling together. Like that kind of stuff you can't get again, you know what I'm saying, once you're done with college. But I mean, like you said, bittersweet feeling. And then on top of that, not many people know this, but one of my good friends, he had drive up to New York to come see we play in our conference tournament. My good friend Makwani, he had just passed like the other day in a car crash. So I mean, I just wanted to show my respects. You know what I'm saying? That was my boy. He always was supporting and stuff. So I just wanted to show you some love real quick. So rest in peace to my dog, man.
Definitely. I'm pretty sure that you will continue to motivate as you move forward, being such a close friend and someone who actually was there for you. So our condolences out to you and his family as well. And like we said, we know he will continue to help drive you in becoming a better basketball player and better person.
For sure.
All right, we're actually going to take a break, short break right now to hear some stuff from our sponsors, and we'll be right back with more with Anisha and Romani, our two professional basketball players. We're back with more Between the Lines with our two professional athletes, both hailing from the Virgin Islands. Anisha, Romani, you guys still here?
Of course.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, let's jump into some of this professional stuff here because I know this is an interesting part here. We want to hear a lot about this. So first of all, do any of you guys thought you had the opportunity to make the NBA or WNBA? Starting with you, Romani.
If I think I have a chance, like right now,
Still have a chance because you're right. Still
definitely, definitely. Right now in the NBA, I got a lot of people that come from Europe, overseas and stuff like that. So I mean, I feel like I get like 1 or good 2 seasons in me. I definitely have a chance to make it. I want to play in the summer league next year for sure. Got a roster there. So I mean, we'll see how it goes. But as of me thinking I could make it, yeah, sure.
we definitely believe in you. We would love to see you on that journey. How about you, Anisha? You think you can make it to the WNBA?
Of course. I feel like this is a little detour to my path. So
Facts.
And that's the biggest thing right there. Just because you're taking a detour doesn't mean that's the end for you. This is just polishing yourself as a player, correct?
yep.
Right.
And we look forward to seeing both of you guys on that journey. And definitely Live Wire Sports will be following you as close as possible. So don't forget this when you get big and famous, all right?
Not that far.
All right. Now, what professional team and what country will you be playing in, Anisha?
Science, Switzerland.
And what's the name of your team?
It's Helios. Team Helios. I had to remember.
We're watching right now because they're going to be mad to know that you don't know the name of the team. But don't worry about it. You all need to go with them. What about you, man?
I'm gonna be in Portugal, in Maya, Portugal, and the name of my team is Maya Basket Club. So
That's easy. See, like my team named Helios.
yeah, I mean we
I think
simple.
Romani can show you up just now because he knows his team.
Yeah.
Now, how did this opportunity come to your doorstep, Romani?
I had some. Well, you mean like the whole process with like the agents and stuff, or just like how I get this opportunity to play in Portugal?
Yeah, how did you get the opportunity to play in Portugal?
Oh, well, really, honestly, my prep school coach that, I'm still in contact with and good friends with, he's out there in the professional world. So, I mean, like, he put in a word for me. He just said, I don't know, a player here. They heard that they were looking for somebody that plays my position. So I guess he just put his, like, put my name out there. And then, like, the coaches and the GMs, they called, like, my school at Albany. They talked to my head coach to see, like, if I'm a good player, what kind of player I am. Because, they don't just want any knuckleheads out there. You gotta be there mentally and stuff like that. You gotta be disciplined. So they like to do all that background checks and stuff. So I mean, once they talked to like all my peoples and stuff, they made it official and offered me. So
Now, just looking at the way it developed for you with your old coach basically assisting you in that shows the kind of person and kind of player you were from the time you were young. So that's definitely a plus to see that you're growing in the community as a good person as well as a good basketball player. Now, with you, Anisha, how did the opportunity come about for you?
Well, I feel it came about from the big game that I had in Argentina. Well, against Argentina in the Pan American Games. I felt like I was on the radar from then because we had people asking Clint about like if I graduated, and he was like, "No, she has a whole other year in college." So I felt like they were already looking at me from then, and then my season in North Texas kind of like made that bigger, and they just reached out to my head coach. Yeah. And then like Imani, my agent reached out to Imani and kind of like hook it up.
All right. Now, you spoke about playing for the national team and playing against places like Argentina. Can you remember some of the biggest players you played against or the best players you played against, Anisha?
I don't remember the name, but I remember them faces.
Don't worry, we can go back to watch some film and see who these people are because I'm sure some of them are either still playing overseas that you're running to again or even in the WNBA when you do reach. What about you, man? Who are some of the best players that you played against?
I played against some dudes in the NBA right now, like Miles Bridges. I remember him for sure. A couple other dudes. I can't remember at the top of my head right now though. You gotta come back and check me later with that for sure.
Definitely. Now, how have you guys been preparing to play professionally? Anisha, starting with you.
Well, eating right. I try to get my core in. I have to go out and do some cardio, ball handling, drills.
What about you, Romani?
I just been in the gym, you know what I'm saying, working on my shot, just perfecting my craft. Been in the weight room. Been going since I've been home in March, because you know our season and our school year get cut short. So I just been going like, you know, nonstop. Just trying to get ready, man. Because honestly, when I get out there, I done tell myself, yeah, I try and run rookie of the year, man. That's the kind of mindset I have. So I put in
Now,
that
did
work.
any of you have to experience a virtual graduation?
No,
My school had it for sure, but I
I
wasn't
thought
able.
about it,
Nah.
but I didn't do it.
It's a real different time just knowing that you have to watch your graduation. Like people
Right.
usually you
Yeah.
not you watch yourself graduate, but it's like I said, COVID is an interesting time. It's something that we aren't accustomed to, but it looks like we have be in for the long run, honestly.
Yeah.
Now, what are some of your expectations for this upcoming season, Romani?
To be honest, I just want to have a solid year. Just make my rookie year as good as I can make it. Like I said, I already said I got a mindset I want going there and be rookie of the year. I mean, it may not happen, but you know, you gotta have those type of expectations on yourself. You know what I'm saying? You gotta aim high. So that's my mindset going into my rookie year.
Any goals for you and this upcoming year?
I just want my mark. Like I just want them to know me when they see me again. Remember my name, remember my face, know my game.
Make them feel your presence. That's what you
Period.
need. Yeah.
Period.
Now, Anisha, would you playing on a national team? What can you take from playing with our VI national team and translate it into your game while you're moving over to your foreign country?
Well, for one, it's definitely more physical. So that's something I had to adjust to when I left from playing on the national team. I went back to school. I couldn't put up the girl them like that because that was 2000 the first quarter and I was on the bench. So I had to adjust. So now like I understand that the referees not calling like how college referees are calling games. So I know I could go and be as aggressive as I want to. Mindset, I would say, like I have a better mindset. I could take the mindset I had from college or from national team overseas. Yeah.
Now, Romani, do you think that we have a lot of other players here home in the Voisinals that can play overseas?
Of course, I definitely do. But the main thing that separates us, like people from the States, is discipline, man. You just gotta be disciplined. Just repetitive. Basketball is just, you know, working on your craft, man. You gotta be muscle memory, all that stuff. You just gotta be disciplined. Sometimes you're gonna miss some nights partying with friends, you know what I'm saying, being in the gym and stuff like that. And that's just the main thing right there, discipline, because we're definitely talented enough.
Definitely, definitely.
I
How
also
about
want to add something. I never play on the national team for basketball, but I actually played for volleyball and baseball. Ain't crazy?
whoa. Okay. Volleyball and baseball. We get some multi-talented people here. What make you choose basketball over baseball and volleyball?
Honestly, I just get too tall for it. I don't know much 6'8" players playing baseball.
Hey, that strike zone will be ridiculous. Are you
Yeah,
on
big strike zone. I'm not training me all kind of curve ball, mashing me up. Yes, I want it. That they know me. No.
Anisha, do you think we have anybody at home that can play overseas as well?
Definitely. But like Lupe said, it all comes down to discipline. Like I feel like Carnival, we have a stinking attitude. And I myself had one when I first went to college and my coach put me in my place. Nip it one time. I was like, okay, I good. So that's all it come down to. Like once we could get our mindset and our attitude in check, we could go places.
All right, so with you guys both playing professionally overseas, what would you say to those kids that think is NBA or WNBA or bust? Like that's the only kind of pro leagues they have. What can you guys say to them, Anisha?
What can I say to them?
Yeah.
That want to go professionally?
No, that think that the NBA or the WNBA is the only kind of professional leagues out there.
That's not the end. Like that's not the end all be all, no all, it all. Like it's a whole different world out there. And just because you see them on TV playing and stuff, like for women especially, overseas you make more money. So I don't even see why you're trying to rush to go WNBA. Like, come on, sweetheart.
What about you, Romani? What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's definitely a big wall out there. So I mean, like we saying, we're going both. If we going to Europe, like that's like on the whole other side of the wall type. You know what I'm saying? So just expand, man. NBA. I mean, NBA is great. Don't get me wrong. Like everybody goal is to get there, but you can make you can make bank playing overseas anywhere in the world nowadays. So I mean, just just keep walking, man. It's somewhere in the world somebody need a player like you. You just gotta be ready to go out there and get. So
Yeah, I think that's a big thing. We live in America. Well, we live in America. And I guess we're just accustomed to seeing American sports, so it seems like the only thing out there. But when you go over to those countries, their sports programs and professional sports are just as big as ours in their region. So definitely, it's the same kind of situation as the NBA, WNBA. So we do tell them that professional sports doesn't stop in America; it goes all over the place. Some of those leagues are bigger leagues than the NBA or maybe the WNBA, but we will never be able to see them because we don't focus on what's going on over there.
facts.
Now, was there ever a time that you, Anisha, thought that this is it? I don't want to play basketball anymore. I quit. It's over.
I tell you, I had multiple times I almost packed my stuff and left. Okay, like the one time it had. Okay, let me tell you a story about in North Texas. Like I was just ready. I was just like I called my father crying, like to the point where it was like, I don't want to do this no more. Like we losing. Like this, I could have been, I could have been home. I could have been doing something else, or I've been in my feelings a lot in college. Like I almost quit a lot.
Now, for you, Romani, was there ever a time you thought that you wanted to quit as well?
Yeah, I was same thing, man. Like I used to be like when my highs in college they were high and then my lows were lows, man. I used to call my mother used to get vexed with me, man. I always calling she, yo, like why you always like you have one bad game, why you acting like it's the end of the world, da da da. Like yo, like what I'm saying, there's a whole lot that go into this behind the scenes basketball stuff. So don't just think it's just all roses and what I'm saying, like nothing like that. So yeah, I definitely had some moments there where I feel like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do this no more. Me being far away from home, me just me out there by myself type stuff. So I mean, yeah, definitely had those moments. But when you get the right people in your circle, what I'm saying, I have some friends, my parents and stuff that talk me out there, keep me on my track. So yeah, for sure.
Now, what did you say was the thing that like kept you going at all times that like that didn't allow you to stop playing Romani?
Just like seeing the bigger picture. What I'm saying, I always thought like I would always look at myself a year ago versus now. So like to see how much I've grown. What I'm saying, even though it might not feel like right now I might feel, down or whatever, like, what I'm saying, I ain't having my day. But then I look back at my growth from a year ago, how far my game has come, all the people I've met, the connections I've made and stuff. I'm like, yo, why not keep going?
And what about you, Anisha? What was the thing that kept you moving, that kept you going, and made you not want to ever give up?
I would say this is was still is going to continue to be my dream. So the fact that this is what I wanted is what keep me going. Like I wanted more for myself. I didn't want to just be somebody that went and played college and like, oh, you didn't make it nowhere. Like you stopped there. Like I want to keep it going. My dream is to play professional ball, and I'm doing that now. So that's why I keep going.
Right. I definitely understand that. And pushing forward to your dream, no matter what your dream is the key. That keeps you focused. And once you focus and stay on that track, achieving your dreams is a piece of cake, honestly.
That's
Now, Romani, how do you feel about players skipping college and going straight to the G League?
Um, Honestly, it depends on the player, but I mean, there's some dudes out there that's just like that's crazy good. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, the NCAA there's a whole lot of rules and regulations and stuff that they restrict on you and stuff. So I feel like if you could, what I'm saying, if you know you want to be a pro 100%, like there's no doubts or whatever, and they want to just go straight to like the G League or whatever, I mean, you can start making your money. You can start making your money as soon as possible. So I mean, for some people it might work, but for some people it may not. You know what I'm saying? Because college is really good in like developing you and stuff like that. There, like the more years you stay, like both of us played college for 4 years. You know what I'm saying? I look how far we've come. I don't think we probably would have been able to go professional if we just like went G League or something like that. So like I feel like college is essential if you want to grow. You know what I'm saying? But if you're good enough that you're a for sure first rounder or whatever, and you want to make your money early, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah. So if you want to do that, I mean, by all means, you can do that.
Now, Anisha, moving to the WNBA, the new collective bargaining agreement was signed where WNBA players are getting an increase in salary. How big do you think that is for the sport and women in sport altogether?
I feel like that's something that should have been done a long time ago. Like, it have women in the WNBA way better than a lot of men in the NBA. Like, I don't understand why they're getting paid less. Like, that took too long. A 53% increase. Like, I don't even think that's still good enough. Like, it needs to be equal pay because a lot of them could cut NBA players' tails. So y'all need to pay respect women. Like, it shouldn't be. We shouldn't get paid any less because we're female.
I definitely agree with you on that.
And I be saying that all the time too. Like I don't understand why dudes don't respect woman hoopers, but like it really gets some girls out there that will give any dude, anybody buckets, dog. Like them man don't realize, but they really doubt that. Even with me and Anisha, like we running ball in the gym and stuff, like I be like, yo, I'm gonna stop playing with she, because she gonna kill all you, dog. All I do is feed she, let she score.
Yeah, they feel like as a girl, it's like, yeah, I gonna like, all right, cool. I don't even say nothing. Like I like the fact I gonna play you. I ain't even gonna tell you nothing.
Hey,
I gonna just keep feeding sheep all day.
Tell them Anisha meet you on the court if they want to see the real action in basketball.
Check me out there.
All right, can any of you guys, starting with you, Anisha, can you see yourself being a coach someday?
Definitely. I can see myself being a coach. Like I gonna be a strict coach, but we gonna win, and that's the point.
What about you, Romani? Can you see yourself being a coach someday?
Yeah, I can see myself being a coach once my day is done playing. Because I feel like I'll probably be a coach down here in the islands. Share all the knowledge that I learn from going everywhere with the people here. So I mean, yeah, I could definitely see myself being a coach.
I really want to be a ref, to give all them referees to give me technical fouls and power run fouls, and me give them cheer run fouls and be like, your father called me a couple years ago, so hey.
Wow, you holding grudges like that? Jesus.
Yes. Okay. I followed a game that should have never been followed of. Okay.
No, Romani, would you be interested in putting on a basketball clinic for the community in the Virgin Islands whenever you get a chance? Because we know you're going to be busy in the next couple of months. Or anytime you get a chance, would you be interested in giving a clinic for the children of the Virgin Islands?
Of course. Like I said, even though you just asked me about being a coach, my first thing run back and just giving back to the kids down here. So I mean, once I have the opportunity to do that, like they said, just be the person that you needed when you were growing up. So I feel like if I can do anything to help anybody down here that have dreams of playing anybody or playing in professional anywhere, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna do that. So after that clinic, that's definitely on my bucket list. So yeah.
All right. Honestly, I had another answer to that question already because I've been watching Sports Park and Recreation this summer. I've been seeing you doing drills with Tegan and stuff like that in the live. So I know that's something that you definitely want to be interested in doing. But I had to ask anyway.
Yeah.
How about you, Anisha? Would you consider putting on a basketball clinic at home for young ladies in the Virgin Islands?
Of course, I would. I want to be able to show them or teach them that is more than just is more than just basketball. Like if you love this, you really have to put a work in and you have to give it your all. And if this is in your heart, this is what you want to do, then you have to do it for real. Like I want to be able to tell them that and show them that and give them the platform so they can use it for in the future. But it have to be a collab because I know them by myself. If Lupi ain't
Hey, we have college basketball players, professional basketball players, coaches that are coaching collegiate basketball. We can get a big clinic going on. So trust me, you guys won't be alone, but you definitely will be a big contributor to that event.
My name going on the top if we collab. Romani.
No, man, we start with an A. What is wrong with you?
All right, we're actually going to take one more break because we have some real interesting stuff coming up here, some pressure situations. a little bit of a competition, but we'll be right
Oh.
back more between the lines shortly. We're back with more Between the Lines with Anisha and Romani. We're actually going to open up the live stream to all the questions that you would like to ask, and we'll get to them right after the segment. So you can send your questions right now, and we'll get them loaded up and ready for Anisha and Romani after this segment. Anisha, Romani, you guys still here?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we are athletes here. We are like a little friendly competition, a little matchup isn't bad now and again. So we're actually going to have something we call a versus here for our interactive segment, all right? I'm the judge. I'm the jury. I give the points.
Don't you?
So we're going to ask you a question, and both of you guys are going to give an answer, and I'm going to rule in favor of who I agree with. And the winner is the winner. We don't get no prizes. It's just a friendly competition. All right. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. First question. Your favorite color?
Green.
Blue.
Lime green, to be exact.
Sky blue.
But I'll give Anisha the point. I'll go with green over blue.
Oh my. Okay.
Listen, it was so bad. Like when I was a kid, my dad painted his blue truck green because I like green. That's not my favorite color anymore, but I did give Anisha the point for green. So 1 point for Anisha, 0 for Romani. You're trailing all. I gotta make her come back sometimes soon.
We good. We good.
Favorite athlete?
LeBron James.
Oh, George.
You trying to win this game, Romani? Like, are you trying to win?
I mean, I don't know. You want me to lie? Like,
Yeah, babe, that's my.
Listen,
everybody like LeBron though. Like, be different. You feel me?
No, I like LeBron just because of who he is off the court. So like LeBron always like trumps everybody to me because he's a great person off the court. On the court, no, he's not my favorite. But still, Anisha gets a point for LeBron James over Paul George. Favorite musical artist?
Popcorn.
Dude, like, A Boogie dog. A Boogie with the hoodie.
Look, we need another competitor because
hey, I just different dog. You know what I'm saying? He's the judge, he's the jury. You get people out there that like A Boogie. You know what I'm saying?
No,
better than Popcorn.
No, not better.
Exactly.
I love A Boogie's music for sure, but I definitely gonna give the point to Anisha Popcorn. That's Anisha 3, Romani 0.
That's how I beat you in the 1-on-1, but we ain't gonna talk about that on this live.
1 out. Oh God.
If we reach 5-0, Romani might have to forfeit the rest of the points.
Hey, I'm gonna change I'm gonna start lying for the people and then.
Don't lie.
Yeah.
That's already your genes. So use a man.
Favorite hobby besides music? Besides sports.
Cooking.
We ask.
Favorite hobby besides sports?
Same.
You can't say same.
Okay.
Come on.
Walker.
That's 2 points for me since she said same.
You know what? We can be generous and give Romani a point, but Anisha again, so it's still 4-1.
What? No, man. What kind of game rules this should be?
Why sick of control? You gotta take it. Favorite sports team?
Lakers.
Yankees.
This is a tough one for me here.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up a baseball lover, but then Kobe Bryant.
Yep. La babe.
Derek Jeter.
You know what?
Alex Rodriguez.
I actually don't like the Yankees, so Lakers win. Definitely. Lakers win.
Look, you look like you buying me.
All right. You have 5 more questions. You could still win. You could still win. Favorite academic subject?
Math.
English.
I had liked math once upon a time, and then I reached to high school, and that was it.
Math is not
What?
it.
That's the
In
easy.
college. In college? You do math in college?
Yes. I was the one everybody came to for the answers. I was killing it.
That's amazing for
All right,
you.
so we have a professional athlete that doubles as a tutor in case anybody needs tutoring in math.
Put it low, low.
I pick it with point to Romani.
Yes, sir. We out here. Let's go.
All right. Favorite food?
Kank and white rice.
Chicken quesadilla.
All right. Me and Romani about to go someplace for lunch after this because I'm rolling with the quesadillas for sure.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, over. You know what?
Can't aim for me.
I'm biased. I don't know anymore.
You went in.
That don't mean
Yeah,
that you just choose
still up.
quesadillas over Kank.
All right, 5-3. Romani still trails. Still.
Mhm.
Favorite sports movie?
Coach
Love
Carter.
basketball.
Coach
Say that again,
Carter.
Anisha?
Love and basketball.
This is a tough one too. Very, very tough one. Love and basketball. Coach Carter. Coach Carter. Definitely Coach Carter.
Ah. Hey man, you know what they say? You never down.
You know, Love and basketball was great to us when we were younger. When you really look at it, it's like, it ain't really that great. Coach Carter, definitely.
Coach
Anisha
Carter.
5, Romani 4. Yeah, a little interesting now. Romani 4. He
That's
coming
what
back.
I'm saying. Never count me out. Never count me out.
Favorite brand of clothing.
I could go local.
You can pick whatever you want.
I'll go local. Upper class. Upper class.
If we're doing local, I'd say Apollo, Legion.
You know, you gotta get some of this upper class stuff so I could see what's going on here. But I definitely go with Apollo Legion. I love what he's doing.
Hey,
with-
I could go get a hoodie right now, you know.
I like what Poji is doing with Apollo Legion, so I definitely going to pick Apollo Legion 6-4.
Mm-hmm.
This is a tough
I'm gonna
one.
let you know though. When you see an upper class, when you see that upper class apparel, you're gonna
They're
say, why
nice.
should I
They're
find
nice.
it?
Okay. I gonna definitely check it out though. Anisha 6, Romani 4. Favorite sports moment?
For me? Or like,
Yeah, no, like a sports moment, professional sports, something you
I ain't
see.
gonna lie. LeBron, when he win that ring in Cleveland, he was like, Cleveland.
But you don't like my husband. What are you talking about?
Hey, but I don't like it, but that was just tough. Like he just come back to Cleveland after winning to Miami, put the only ring in franchise history. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that was.
Yeah, point. Let me see what you have, Anisha.
Let me think. Favorite sports moment.
And got clock.
I don't have one. Give me that point.
Wait, you don't have one.
I don't have a favorite moment. If it's not my moment, then
That's rough.
Yeah.
actually I do. When I blocked that girl ball, last shot, last second, she probably would have made that layup and win the game.
Romani, you get a point. You share the story now, Anisha. But
Cool.
She just said block that girl. Like who's the girl? What game this was? Like I need to know what
Her
game.
name doesn't matter. The block did.
You're right.
All right.
Absolutely.
So now we 5-5. Winner takes all, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't seem ready. Favorite actor?
Will Smith.
Tyler Perry.
Who you pick? Who you pick, Anisha?
Tyler Perry.
No way.
Yes.
No
Hey,
Favorite actor? Tyler
Yes.
Perry. You don't watch Madea.
We do.
we do, but like,
How do you not like
wait.
Madea?
never hear somebody say Tyler Perry's their favorite.
Wow.
All right. Romani gets the point. Final score. Let's see the final score.
6-5.
Drum roll, please.
Let me see. Bring it up. Bring it up. Hey,
I
don't call it a comeback.
In the beginning, you had him. You know what? We're gonna take this to the basketball court.
Like you said, it's a game of runs. Never count me out, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm back kid.
We have some interesting photographs of some of you guys.
Oh my gosh, don't embarrass me, please.
I think it's embarrassing. Just note some old memories that we decided to bring up. So we're gonna actually post some pictures here, and you can just tell us what that moment felt like to you, or what was happening in this picture.
I was cooking this girl. Let me tell you. I just see a spin after that, right? And one.
Oh, stop playing.
All right. Let's get to the next picture.
Oh God. Yo. Real throwback. This was fresh into college. I was like, yeah, I ready. Little did I know, I was not. Bench player. Why I get benched so hard my freshman year? But it made me better though.
You really look young in this picture here. So.
I'm very young, fresh meat. That's what it is right there, for sure.
Next picture.
That's when we had win that tournament in St. Thomas. I was happy because I was tired of losing to Charlotte, honestly.
That's definitely a big moment because
I'm proud. Yep.
Now, is that the championship trophy or is that MVP?
That looked like a championship trophy. I don't think that.
Oh, did you perform in that tournament?
Oh, you know I get MVP, but that was a championship.
All right, moving on to the next picture.
Oh, yes, sir. First year prep school program, first year championship. Yes, sir. That was a great. You see that smile on my face? I don't think I ever smile I had in a picture after
Your
that.
head bigger than your body.
Oh my God. Okay.
Next picture.
Why you look so sad? Like,
Because honestly,
Oh.
my father was taking a lot of pictures and I was smiling for like 5 minutes. So my cheeks near the rest, I was just like, and then
I mean, pour a little smoke or something. Like,
No, was this senior night?
that was my senior night.
Did
Yeah.
you cry?
I tear up. I mean, grown women don't cry.
I mean, it's okay. No, if you cry, this is definitely okay. This is an understandable situation. So we'll
I teared up. I let dab, and then I went on to cooking barbecue
Stop.
chicken.
Wow. Next picture.
hey, and one. Half of me. Come on, dog. That was the first game of the season this year. Yeah, I remember that. They good.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Pictures are sometimes lie. And if you like the bottom of the rim in that picture, that would have been really funny.
But he definitely
Bottom of
missed.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy.
Next picture.
That was, we did win that tournament too. That was our tournament. We won. That's my MVP trophy in my hand.
Go
I missed it
crazy.
hard.
How many MVPs you get? You sound like
A lot.
LeBron. You sound like LeBron for real. Like 5, 6 MVPs. Okay. Hey,
She beat you. You beat her in the interactive game, but she winning the MVPs right now.
yeah, for sure. She's getting it by far, for sure. Yeah.
Next picture.
Oh wow. This is when I just come back home. I ain't gonna lie, I feel a little like celebrity like because they just walk up to me. They were like, you Romani from Facebook that be posting their videos and stuff. Yeah, we want a picture.
Listen, this picture here is really interesting to me. But that was actually over in St. Croix for this tournament. This was a Little League softball tournament that was in March. That was the last big sporting event they had in the Virgin Islands, really and truly.
And that was the same weekend I came. Like I came that Friday and the tournament was that whole weekend there.
So I was coaching a team from St. Thomas, and I was actually like someplace in the background of this picture. And I just step out of the picture. I'm like, who is this dude, and why is he just taking a picture of these girls? Like, he important? Honestly, that's what I was thinking. And then one of my friends told me, yeah, that's Romani, he play basketball. And I say, okay, that's really cool too. Just to see you. But first of all, we gotta give a shout out to the Lady Lions and the little brats from St. Croix, from the junior stars in St. Thomas. But it's just cool to see your presence being felt in a situation like this where these girls were excited to see you. They want to take a picture with you. Because you never know the impact that you can have on them just by taking this picture with them. Then you look back at this picture 5 years from now and say, I take a picture of Romani, like, like for real, like. So it's just nice to see a young man in our community just doing something nice to give back to his community that's bigger than you even know. So this is a great picture. This is one of my favorite pictures that we showed today so far, honestly.
Sure, for sure.
Next picture.
Hey,
the face.
I was solving the face for you. This is one of our game day flyers. I was this was a photo shoot I was doing, and I was doing like some ball handlers. I was actually doing that between the leg, but this was actually a good picture.
Listen, for you to be on the front of your school flyer, you are a big deal. Like honestly, you have to be a big deal.
Facts.
Picture.
Big weight come behind Judge.
Hey. This was when I committed to Albany. They make like an edit for me. I ain't gonna lie, I feel big when they make this shot for sure. I'm like, what? People editing pictures for me? Who I is? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, was this
an edit straight from the school, or was this like a fan edit? Because I don't know a fan base that follow you like that.
No, it was a fun. It was like it wasn't really a fun, but like a dude that I edit videos and pictures. Dude name, what's his name? Oh God, I forget his name. But that's my dog for sure. And like he do like some of the videos that I post this year, he had some clips in there too. So like yeah, he was definitely looking out for me this year, yeah, for sure.
All right, so you get through the little embarrassing pictures and stuff like that. It wasn't too bad. It's all right.
No.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad at all. Can't complain.
We'll move to our live stream and we'll talk and get the questions to you from our viewers. One of the questions was, who are your one or two favorite coaches that help you reach this far in your career? Start with you, Anisha.
I would say Mr. Ball for sure. That's my number one. And Chad Killinger. That's my JUCO head coach.
What about you, Romani?
I gotta say, well, Mr. Ball for sure, because you know what I'm saying, we out in Central. Both of we start out at the same time in Central. So yeah, Mr. Ball for sure. I gotta say my prep school coaches, Coach Rayford and Coach Rob, for sure. The same coach that helped me get his job. And Tegan, because I've been working with Tegan for like since I've been home. Well, I gonna give you as much as I feel.
Definitely big up to Tegan and their sports show over there. They're doing great things as well. So big up to Tegan. And what is the name of the show? I forgot the name of the show. I had it in my head just now. I didn't get back to it though. But they put on an amazing show over there.
The Elite Podcast or something. Yeah,
Elite. That's what it's called. So big up to those guys, Mamba and stuff to be here watching our live too. So it's definitely appreciation back and forth between both entities that's going on right now. All right, another question. What are some of the things that you're looking forward to when they go overseas? What are the things you're afraid of? Start with you, Romani.
To be honest, I don't know what to expect with the food because, you know, food to be different around the world. So yeah, I don't know what to expect with that for sure. Other than like me being nervous to just play like my first year professionally, you know what I'm saying? That's another thing I may be nervous about. But yeah, the food would definitely top of my priorities because, you know, I like to eat. So I gotta make sure the food good.
What about you, Anisha?
Food, like you said. I hope I could eat like I have something up there edible for me. I'm really scared of just moving again. Like I tell y'all in the beginning, I was scared. Like I was really mentally not there when I left to Missouri because of the fact nobody was there. Like the only home connection I had was Clint. Now in Switzerland, I'm not going to have a home connection. Like nobody close to me. Nobody trying to sit 17 hours on a flight to come and see me. So that time difference, I'm barely going to be talking to anybody. Like, yeah.
You could talk to me, man. We're gonna be on the same time.
Barely.
I want to let you know, Anisha, that Amalia is watching.
Amalia?
Is that her name? Is that your niece?
Amalia. Oh, that is my name.
So she wants to let you know that she's watching, and we open our view live stream to her if she wants to ask Auntie any questions.
Okay.
All right, another question from our viewers. What makes you think that college basketball is what? Let me see. I'm reading around. What impact does college basketball have on your professional career?
Romani.
To be honest, it just helped me with growth. You know what I'm saying? College basketball, I grew each year that I played. So I learned the fundamentals. Like I said, my freshman year I didn't play much at all. My second year I started getting some burn. My third year is when, like I said, that was my best year. Started, doing a little bit of everything, and then last year was just, my senior year. I went out with a bang. So I feel like I'm ready. College definitely get me ready to go pro for sure.
What about you, Anisha?
I would say mentality-wise, like that's helped me definitely now, because if I don't know where I would be if I had not learned the lessons that I have through college basketball.
All right. We want to give you guys a moment just to give shout outs to any of your coaches, your organizations, anybody who's influenced you, who's helped you along the way. So we'll give Romani a chance to go first, and then Anisha will follow up with you. So any coaches, organization that you've been a part of that you just want to give a shout out to?
Big up to Central, you know what I'm saying? Car's massive. Best high school in the BI. You know the vibes. Big up Coach Bow, Mr. Bow. You know what I'm saying? He get me started and stuff. Tegan for sure. Bullet. Anybody know Tegan know that's his go-to. And I want to give a shout out to like my coaches in the States and stuff. They probably ain't watching, but they've made a big impact on what I have so far. I want to shout out my mother. You know the vibe. She was my first coach for sure. So when I started out in baseball, so she started me out in sports and stuff. Let's see, Live Wire, sports guy. You know what I'm saying? The man keeping the VI. You know what I'm saying? Up to date with all the sports around the world and stuff. But the Virgin Islanders. Could say Alaba, he started me out in basketball. I don't know if much of y'all know Alaba, but he coached St. Mary's and stuff. I guess that's about it for sure for now that I could think of.
Listen, you are very, very lucky to mention your mother or else even for Portugal real early.
Say that again?
If you didn't mention your mother, somebody to thank you, they've been leaving for Portugal real early.
Yeah. She that kicked me out after the show.
What about you, Anisha? Any organizations or coaches you would like to give a shout out to and thank them?
I like to give a shout out to y'all first of all, because y'all have me on y'all show. Raina, everybody else.
Facts.
Lots of love for you. I would like to shout out all my coaches from elementary to now. Thanks for putting me in the game, even though I wasn't scoring.
Mm-hmm.
As Iceman, Mr. Judge from Woodson, Mr. Bow, of course. Everybody knows Mr. Bow. My second father. Clint, Coach K, even Coach Mitchell. Like, I was like, yo, who else? My father, my mother, my brother, of course. He'll take me out on the court, walk out and so. He ain't the best, but I don't let him go sometimes. But yeah, that's it.
We have one more question actually for you guys. Anisha, do you plan on working a regular job in your major after you retired?
No.
You gonna play basketball forever. That's what it is.
Forever and ever, amen.
What about you, Romani? You plan on working in your field after you are finished with your basketball career?
Nah.
Oh, you playing forever too. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm playing. If I retire a little earlier than I should, or knock on wood, anything's supposed to happen to me. My major's in criminal justice, so I would look into becoming a detective because I always wanted to do that. So yeah.
Hey, well then I gotta change my answer too then. So my degree is in communication, so I want to. Maybe y'all could give me a job or something. I could work with Livewire once my career done. But I mean, what I thought I was gonna do in my degree was be like a sports analyst, like one of those guys like Shannon Sharp and stuff, just talk sports all day. You know what I'm saying? So just stay around the stuff that I know.
I mean, if you want to, you could be like me. That's okay. I'll take
Yeah, I mean,
All right, we're gonna actually close the show, but we want you guys to give one deep message to athletes that are coming behind of you guys that need a little bit of inspiration or just need somebody to look up to. Some important keywords. Anything to say, Romani?
I could say, like I said, just be disciplined. You know what I'm saying, and follow your own path, man. Just because your friends might want to do something, you know what I'm saying, or people don't, you know what I'm saying, don't respect you or think you could do something. Just do what you believe you could do. You should the first person to believe in you have to be yourself. So if you don't believe in yourself, then nobody else will. So y'all gotta start from in here. So I mean, once you do that, you be disciplined, stay focused on what you want to do, and you know what I'm saying, sky's the limit.
What about you, Anisha? One final message to the young athletes.
If I just want them to make sure this is something that they want to do. They really, truly, honestly want to do, because you're gonna come through some obstacles sometimes where you want to quit, like me and Romani. And if you're not really dedicated, if this is not something you want, then it's not going to work out. But if you really want this, or really want whatever you decide to play, to do, just stick with it. Believe in yourself.
All right, we definitely want to thank both of you guys for taking time out your important, busy professional days to come out here between the lines. We wish you guys tons of luck in the future, and we know you will go out and represent the Virginians to the fullest. Thank you guys once again.
No problem, man.
For having me.
Appreciate y'all for having us.
All right, Live Wire fans. Next week on Between the Lines, we will have another special guest right here for you at 7 p.m. Want to give shout outs to our musician, Leo, for giving us his introduction song, which is called Born Ready. It's streaming on all streaming platforms. It's available everywhere for download. He's a local as well, so go out and get that if you can. It is called Born Ready. Once again, our executive producer, shout out to you, Lorena Robinson. She did a great job today. Again, Shane O'Neill. He's just great with all the visuals and technicals. We want to give him a shout out as well. Thank you guys for tuning into tonight's episode, and we will see you guys next week at 7 p.m. on Between the Lines, presented to you by Live Wire Sports.
I'm doing great, even though every day's not fine. But still I woke up today, another day to get on my grind. Got me singing, oh, oh, oh. Effort ang bill kurban ready. Oh, oh, oh. Effort ang bill kurban ready.